Hey guys, so I wanted to make a video because, you know, I I want to emphasize how I don't expect people to believe me, okay? I'm not trying to say that I'm right and everyone else is wrong. All I'm doing is, again, I should probably have a disclaimer at the beginning of all of my videos where I just state that these are my thoughts towards reaching an ultimate conclusion about truth, okay? And because I make a video saying, ascension date summary, doesn't mean that that's correct, I'm wrong way more times than I am right, okay? And I am a full-on believer that you only learn when you make mistakes, okay? But you have to have, the self-confidence required to at least try. And know that it's okay to make mistakes. Okay? You don't learn anything through successes, you only learn through mistakes. Now, here's an idea I had about the ascension dates and why they might be right. Partially. I've started the thought process of the dates. However, with my understanding of our calendar year and our months and our dates and our seasons and time in general, okay? What they have put forth as truth, that we have 12 zodiac signs and there are 12 months in the year, and certain months have 30 days and certain dates have 31 days and certain dates have 28 or 29 days, okay? All I'm doing is offering a different point of view and challenging those quote-unquote truths. Now, I've said this before, okay? 91 cells per quadrant, okay? You have 4 seasons, 91 times 4, and you have 4 quadrants, guys, if you count all the cells, okay? You get 364. Now, in my research, I've discovered that there are calendars that have existed which are based on the lunar cycle. Okay? Important. Now, the lunar cycle takes 28 days. Okay, guys? I don't know. Let's take it old school. 28 days. Okay? Galaxy of 2 and a galaxy of 8 within the universe. Okay, guys? 2 and 8 is equal to a 10, which is equal to an 11, which is equal to a 12. Okay? Now, a 2 can be understood as well as a 3, as a trinity. Okay, the duality can have no circle, sorry. The duality can become a trinity, and the infinite can become the most powerful number and only true number 9. Okay? So what if that's correct? Okay, and together they make a 12. Ugh. That's why post-it notes suck. And that would be a 13. Okay? Your n plus 1, and your n plus 2. All back to the letter N, the 14th letter of the alphabet. Now, if you take 364 and you divide that by 13, or by 28, I mean, you get 13. Okay? Now, what if we truly have 20? Why are the dates different? Why do some months have 30 and some months have 31, guys? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? Why wouldn't our months reduce properly to 1 to 7 of 13? reduced properly to a universe of 12, which is complete. 12, 13, guys? Anything? Okay? Now, and knowledge, because you didn't do anything, right? You've already created all your digits, okay? You've already created all your digits. Now let's just use them in different orientations, okay? So, and then 14 would obviously be the infinite. Now let's think of the Last Supper. That's a pretty important piece of artwork, I'd think. Okay? It has the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, as well as Jesus Christ, which makes 13, and it's in a painting called The Last Supper, a universe of 14. Okay? What about that? Now, when I depicted my video about ascension dates, I didn't circle any of the numbers, guys. I didn't. So I think that video, however correct I think the beginning process of thinking is ultimately flawed and inaccurate and in need of revision, okay? Now, I'm not afraid to make mistakes. I never have been afraid to make mistakes, and the only way you learn, truly learn, is through realizing your mistakes and correcting them. Realizing your mistakes in life and working as hard as you can to right the wrongs that you have caused, okay? I created this YouTube channel because I'm trying to understand myself better. Try to understand, you know, the concept of God better. And to some people, that might be a hard stretch. Okay? You know, everyone... Again, I said this earlier, but I don't know if I said it in any of my videos recently. No two snowflakes are alike. We are all our own snowflake. And there's an x-axis and there's a y-axis in a two-dimensional plane. But you have to understand, and into the page and into the page, that the snowflake eventually becomes a three-dimensional hypercube. And we are all our own hypercube. And we all have different levels of consciousness along the various axes. Okay? And once critical mass maybe starts to understand these very, I don't know, complex yet simple topics. Like, you don't need to understand all the math, guys. I needed to understand the math to get to here. You don't need to understand the math. You don't need to understand how I got to these numbers. You don't, guys. You need to just have faith that I have done my research and done my work and accept it as, using your discernment, whether you accept it as truth, false truth, or I'm just in the right direction. I'm going in the right direction, okay? Now, we're all our own consciousness. Some of us have smaller snowflakes, some of us have bigger snowflakes. Like, I really intend to draw this, okay? I really intend to draw this on, like, I'm going to tape a whole bunch of papers together, and I'm actually going to go and then depict the five, so there's 4 lines, there's 3, I mean, there's the false prophet, the beast, the dragon. The next one will be 4, and then an L, and then 5, like a 6x6 L, and then 5 lines, and then a 7x7 C, and 6 lines, and an 8x8 D, and 7 lines, and a 9x9 M, and then 8 lines. And then I'm sure it's infinite, guys. I'm sure it goes into, like, the V with the bar on top. I don't know, guys. You know, I'm just trying to think out loud, and I make these videos to... Again, I make these videos with the intention for me to look back at them every once in a while and understand what I knew at the time of creation and understand how my consciousness has evolved since making those videos and understanding the errors in my ways and understanding how to correct those errors. Now, the dates for ascension, okay? I never circled the numbers. But do I have to? Okay? Sept is 7. I'm pretty sure Sept is 7. So do I have to circle 7? Let's go back to Orion, guys. For a minute. You know, one of like the largest man-made things in Earth, guys, are the pyramids. Okay? Now, I think there's more than one group of pyramids that line up perfectly with Orion. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I believe. But let's just go with the Great Pyramids of Giza that line up perfectly with Orion. Like, to the very small degree of accuracy. Okay? Mary Magdalene. Mary Magdalene in the Last Supper represents the torus. The T-O-R-U-S. Okay? The donut. Where all magnetism originates from. Okay? The 69, the yin and yang, the 0. Okay? Where all magnetism originates from. That's Mary Magdalene. And the 12 apostles, okay? The 12 apostles are the 12 luminaries that were needed to create the earth. Where the 13th is when is on day 7 when God created nothing. Because nothing is important, guys. You have to do nothing every once in a while. Nothing new was created. All that happened was nothing was done. You need time to rest your flesh just as much as you need time to rest your mind and your heart and your soul and your spirit. And rest is important. And doing nothing is important sometimes. And all that happened was that man sat down and created the earth as one of 7 of 13 of 110. Okay? Revelation 16 talks about creating Armageddon, which would be this line. 1 of 15 of 610 of God knows what of whatever. Okay? Now, we're not gonna get raptured. When I talk about possible dates of ascension, that just means spiritual ascension, guys. We're not gonna turn into a pile of ash and be zipped up into the heavens, guys. Because we're already in heaven. We're already in the Garden of Eden. Okay? We just haven't spiritually woken up to that fact yet. And all of our snowflakes, okay, created man. That's you, that's me, that's everything. Everyone. And we're all our own hypercube. Okay? We are all, again, if I could cut that out and put that there, we are all on a different line somewhere. And it's not just lines, guys. It's three-dimensional space. I'm sure that some people, let's say this is Kevin. This is me. Let's pretend I'm a three-dimensional snowflake. Okay? And my consciousness goes up to here, and this is my pattern, and these are my colors. But somebody else is over here, and somebody else is over here, and someone else is over here. And every day, the experiences that you have in your world, in your universe, because no one can perceive the world through your eyes, except you. I like the color blue because of certain reasons. You don't know what those reasons are, okay? You don't know what reasons I have for not liking certain colors, okay? We all have our own reality. And it doesn't matter all the details, guys, about what makes us unique, because we are all unique, and we're all God's creations, okay? But when we start to see the world, the earth, as our universe, we start to see the more truths, and we start to converge our consciousnesses and expand upon them, probably infinitely. So, again, I'm going to start putting disclaimers on all my videos. These are my thoughts. I am not saying they are correct. I am not saying that you have to follow them and believe me, but I want to provoke thought. And I just had some thoughts today about the proper depiction of our months. I believe there are 13 months. Okay? Cheers.